This is St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hello, welcome to Phoenix, where we show you the latest technology in fighting the evil dead men society. I am George, and I'll show you our today's topic, Vice stamps. This is the cornerstone of the very technology that both Phoenix and the dead men use. There are two different types of Vice stamps. One is the original Vice stamp that was found in the ancient ruins in 1971. These were known as the proto-Vice stamps, which were the original versions of our very technology that were eventually stolen by the Dead Men Society. However, once purified, we're able to turn them into proper Vice stamps that our very own Kamen Rider Revi and Kamen Rider Vice are able to use in order to protect humanity. This is George, and I hope to see you again next time.
You lack the energy. You lack the energy. Let me tell you something, George. Let me tell you something. There's a thing called cowbell that Professor Walken has taught us about. You gotta have more cowbell. You gotta have more cowbell, Mr. George, or you're fired.
Daiji needs more cowbell.
You're such a nerd. Guys, welcome back to the Rider Time podcast on a very special Saturday morning episode. I'm Leo. This is Mike. We are the Rider Time Bros, Henshin, my boys. And today we are reviewing Kamen Rider Revice, episode 3. This was episode 2. It's episode 3, dog.
Yep, it's episode 3.
Why say episode 2? The devil is just a bag. Episode 3, Hostage Trouble. What to do, brother? I'm gonna read it one more time.
I don't know why I didn't save. Hostage
Trouble. What to do, brother? There you go. Anyways, and yes, we are finna do it. And for those y'all who are watching this, yes, later today around 4:30, we will also, at the time of this recording and live stream, we will also be doing Ranger Podcast Live, where we're reviewing the brand new episode of Power Rangers Dino Fury. And I know we got a lot to say about that, but we ain't gonna say it right in here. We talking about Kamen Rider.
Oh, by the way, what did you get to do on Video Game Waifu Day?
What did I get to do on Video Game Waifu Day? Wait, that was a thing?
Yes, that is a thing that I created 2 days ago.
Oh. See, I didn't see it yet. Funny that you mentioned that. I have not seen it. I know when it's coming out, and I know you ready. I know you ready for it. But we'll talk about that on the Scrubber Game podcast. We ain't here to talk about that.
You know what was my reaction to when I saw the trailer though?
What?
My reaction was as follows: this is incredible. Yes. I can win. I feel great. I can do this. I'm home. I'm alive. This is all a miracle. I'm awake. I'm wide awake. Hold on, Sarisa. Here I come.
You see, this is why I can never take the original Funimation dub ever seriously, because now people are using that as a means to meme Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce. I can't take it seriously no more. Anyways, let's talk about
that line, and I love the fact that they brought it back in that episode when Goku introduced fusion.
Let's talk about Kamen Rider. So, In the last episode, we saw where me, you, and Red Star, shots at Red Star, we reviewed episode 2. We gave our little thing, and because it was my first time doing Revice with you guys, because I missed the first episode, I thought it was really entertaining. I thought it was fun. Clearly they got some ground to cover and stuff like that. Pretty much how Kamen Rider Saber was. Saber started off well, could have been better, but it progressed. The second arc, we don't talk about because it was just whatever's. But this one, I am digging so far the whole thing with Icky and his brother and stuff like that. And once again, this is pretty much Kamen Rider. This is pretty much Kamen Rider Fast and Furious, because what's Icky's main reason why he's doing all this? Family. Nothing's more stronger than family. I swear, someone needs for the Kamen Rider fans out here watching. I need one of y'all to Photoshop Icky's head onto Vin Diesel's body while he's barbecuing and flexing his muscles. I need that, because Kamen Rider Fast and Furious is a thing, people. Go ahead.
If you put Icky's head over Vin Diesel's body, then you may as well put Daiji's head over Brian's body, just so that you can have Daiji say, "What's up, cut?"
Anyways, let's get to the episode, because we will gladly do a tangent on why Fast and Furious and this season of Kamen Rider are pretty much the same. So where we last left off, we got Dead Man Inc. Because I honestly don't remember what this Midnight Club.
Dead Man.
All right, Dead Man Inc. So Dead Man Incorporated, they're like, listen, we got a new plan. See, Revice has been pulling up on us. He's 2 for 2 right now. He's 2 for 2 for, okay? We got a plan that will make sure we get more of these Vice stamps. And they bring in...
got an idea.
Julio G, Julio, right? Julio G brings in this mistress. She brings in this woman in black. We don't know who it is, because you could clearly tell that that's a woman in black. And then we get to the awesome opening, and then I forgot about that. What you call Icky's brother? What's Icky's brother's name? Because I can't remember. Daiji's talking to his mama, be like, "Yo, listen, I'm trying to get Icky to sign this contract to work with Phoenix, but let me guess. He's saying his place is in the bathhouse, right?" And he's like, "Yes." And he flashes back to how he came in Revice, but because he wussed out, he didn't do it. And she's like, "Listen, you gotta do it your own way to get him to come and stuff. Why? Because nothing's more important than family."
Yeah, and of course, the very next thing we see a contract being dropped on the table, and so your first thought is that he's just trying to make him sign the contract again. Nope, it's not him.
Yep, we got these evil corporate sponsors who are trying to make this evil mall and trying to get rid of this nice family-owned bathhouse and put in their evil mini marts, their evil malls where you can buy more clothing, get more stuff during Black Friday and after Christmas sales, when clearly Amazon's a thing. Amazon Prime's a thing.
You you just remind me of that one Long Beach Griffey video where I forgot the name of the store. It's like let's, for the sake of argument, let's say Forever 21, where it's like he's like angry and he's like protesting the store because of the because of the excellence. They're like, "Oh, but we have a 50% off sale and everything's under $35." It's like, this is terrible. You people are horrible. And he has a bigger set of clothes. Like you people are monsters. Hey, do you have this in a large? Fight the power. But yes, they're trying to fight gentrification, basically. Dude.
I'm sorry, I muted myself. I always making the joke. Gentrification. The evils of Kamen Rider. So, Icky is refusing to sign this contract. And then all the workers start pulling up and be like, we're never gonna bow down to capitalism. We're never gonna bow down to corporate sponsorship. Yeah. This dad's trying to do something silly.
Yeah, and
You
they're like, okay, like honestly, this feels like a Hunter x Hunter reference where it's like, yeah, like Icky's dad is gonna be there for us when we need him the most. I swear to God, I'm not quite sure which character this is gonna be a reference to. Maybe it's Gon, maybe it's Jing, maybe it's Karapika, but I just feel like this is a Hunter x Hunter season 3 reference.
Exactly. Well, listen, I've never watched Hunter x Hunter, so I honestly wouldn't know. I know that rock, paper, scissors is the key to winning.
Okay, moving on.
So then we meet this new. You go ahead. Yeah, Sakura and her friend, both of them. One of them is a model. The other one's her sister who realizes yeah, her mama don't give a damn about the actual child, which is sad. It sucks.
Yeah. No, but it's nice that we finally have an episode that actually focuses on Sakura because we got 3 kids. We got 3 kids. Okay, we got Ikki, we got Daiji, we got Sakura, and Sakura pretty much didn't even show up in the previous episode. Let's get some Sakura action. I don't want her to be useless to the point that she has to change her last name.
You beat me right to it. You beat me right to it. We don't want Sakura here.
Change her last name to Haruno.
We don't want Sakura in Kamen Rider to be useless like Sakura in Naruto. We just don't, people. We just don't want that. We know that
like Sakura from Bokenger.
Yes, we want Sakura from Bokenger. We want Sakura from Street Fighter. And we want Sakura here because she actually does do something. So there you go. While that's going on, we do see this one dude who's super sus, and Julio G is pulling up right behind him. And then we get to the opening, which once again, I think we can both agree that opening is pretty flame. It's fire. It'd be spitting hot fire.
Mm-hmm. So naturally, we don't see. I don't have a screenshot of this, but we do see Sakura and her friend, the sister of the supermodel. Like they're shopping for clothes, and her friend wants to buy this pair of shoes, and Sakura's like, oh, it doesn't feel like it's your style. It's you just, like you're not a flashy kind of person. But then they see some Sparks Beast and they call the hotline, and then the real soldiers show up. I'm just kidding. It's Phoenix that show up.
We of course had to make that joke.
Naturally, Ikki shows up on a bike. And can I take a moment to appreciate the fact that he actually shows up on a bicycle, just like in the previous episode?
Yes.
Yeah, because by now, riders have a motorcycle, but he has a regular bicycle, and I hope this remains to be a running gag.
I do too. Yeah. So next thing you know, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, and I love how in the middle of the fight, Ikki starts flirting with Sakura's friend, like right in the middle of the fight, and
he's trying to get his Mac on.
And Vice is just like, he's like trying to be his wingman. It's like, oh, I know what your sin is now. It's lust.
Look, my boy Ikki's trying to get his Mac on. Okay, I mean, yes, he's socially awkward, but that's okay. Socially awkward people can still win the girl. Yeah. I mean, look at Jeff Goldblum from The Fly.
For once, Vice isn't Venom, but instead he's Mr. Dickovich. It's like, I am a man. You are a woman.
Anyways, so the monsters start attacking again. Sakura, not being useless, because we know she's not useless in Kamen Rider, starts to help fight with the monsters and stuff. And her and Ikki start fighting them off. And then sus guy number 21 decides to pull out the burner and is like, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna kill this girl. Give me the other girl, and I'll let them live." Ikki being like, nothing stronger than family, gets in the way to make sure Sakura doesn't leave, that he's going to defend them, and Sakura's like, no. I know what might happen. I got this. And so He's like, whoa, wait, what? And Vice is like, no, what are you doing? Don't do that. You could go help her. But he realizes what she was trying to do.
But when he does try to chase after them, he gets interrupted.
Yep, by a gorilla monster of the day, and
Gorilla Dead Man.
Yeah, a gorilla dead man. And then next thing you know, Daichi pulls up with the Revice driver, and we get to the fighting. And him and Iki and Vice are doing pretty well. I mean, obviously they're kind of working together, which does play a factor later on. And they try to take out the monster very quickly.
Fighting dirty.
Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty.
Yeah, and of course they try to pull Raditz.
Yes. Okay. I just want to say this right now. So, Kamen Rider, listen to me. When in doubt, look at me. Never pull a Raditz. There is a 70 to 30 chance that it will not go well. In Kamen Rider Saber, it did go well with Slash and Buster.
It almost messed up though.
It almost messed up. Oh, and then technically the Shindais did it too. Technically. But we don't like the Shindais. So don't pull a Raditz, or this might happen. Mike, you can take it away from here. Go ahead.
Okay. So of course Sakura tries to tell her friend to keep calm because, Sakura is a responsible person, unlike Miss Haruno from the Kohonagakure. And of course, finally Daiji shows up to help them. And of course, Vice is like, "Hey, you came here late. This is all your fault." "No, this is Iki's fault for not saving the country. Hey, don't pin this on him. This is your fault." And so they're actually having an argument.
Yeah, they're having an argument about Daichi being late too. I'm like, bro, Vice, chill, dog.
Yeah, so of course Iki and Vice, they go into their Eagle Vice stamp form, and of course they become the Eagle Revice and take out enemies from above. But then they immediately get shot down by a mysterious beetle dead man.
Big bad beetle dead man. Big bad beetle dead man.
Whoa, big bad beetle dead man. Okay, but when he tries to shoot him again, they do manage to pull a gale force wall on them, so they're able to fight off the bullets. But then the beetle dead man says, "Listen, you just got to give us one Vice stamp. That's it. Just one Vice stamp. We'll give both hostages back. All you got to do is just give us one Vice stamp. Just one.
Give me what I want.
One deal."
Give me what I want.
And of course, Daichi, he's panicking. He's having a mental breakdown right here because he doesn't know what to do. And so he pulls a Joestar and runs away.
Real quick question. Is Daichi older than Iki?
No, Iki's the oldest brother.
Oh, okay. That makes sense on what he says
youngest.
later on. So, okay, it makes sense on what he says later on in the show, towards the end of the show. Okay.
Yeah. So of course, Sakura tries to ask the criminal, like, "Why are you holding us hostage? What do you expect to get out of this ransom?" And he's like, "Don't you know how society works? The few people on top are stomping down the 99% at the bottom." I'm like, "Oh, geez, we're dealing with the college socialists again, aren't we?" Okay, like someone get Tim Pool over here. So Daiji shows up to Phoenix, and of course that one dude, with the chiseled jaws, like, "So not only you wuss out of transforming in the previous few episodes, and not only did you fail to get Iki to sign a contract, but now you're even running away from a field battle. Well, how much more of a disappointment can you be? You're more of a disappointment to us than Trunks is to Vegeta.
You're more of a disappointment than that one scientist who acknowledges his best friend and his actual son.
Yeah.
Out am I?
Out am I?
You're more of a disappointment. I can't. Okay, you're more of a disappointment than that guy in LA who cares about his money than his son.
You're more of a disappointment than finding out that you with a giant lab can't build an object that some other guy was able to build in a cave with a box of scraps.
You're more of a disappointment than that movie that turned the main character of the franchise into a bad guy, and then created a time paradox when the main protagonist of that movie talked to his younger self and said Genesis is here and Genesis is Skynet.
Oh God!
I went there.
I can't believe we spent 60 minutes complaining about that movie, and then when we checked the timer on that movie, it was only 17 minutes in.
You're more of a disappointment than both versions of the Halloween
movie. You're more of a disappointment than the way Kincaid was killed in Elm Street.
You're more of a you are more of a disappointment than X-Men Days of Future Past. I went there.
You're more of a disappointment than X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Okay, that's not disappointing because we all knew Dark Phoenix was going to suck. You're more of a disappointment than Mark Grayson is to his dad, Omni-Man. You're fighting so that everyone around you could die. Think, Mark!
You're more of a disappointment than Mark Grayson being a boyfriend to Amber.
Y'all, okay, we gotta get back to it because we finna cut deep. But all I'll say is Invincible review. Get ready for it. Good night.
He asked for a Vice stamp, and of course Chisel Jaw's like, "Are you kidding me? You're asking for a Vice stamp?" And George's like, "Oh, conveniently, I made 2 of them. Go have fun, kiddo." But then Chekhov's gun. Daiji sees another rider belt in here, so I'm like, "So we're finally gonna get our second rider then? This early into the game?"
They pulled an Iron Man.
I know what you're gonna say. Vulcan showed up in episode 2. Blade showed up in episode 2. Gay showed up in episode 1. But still, this early into the game, we already got our second belt.
No. It's called They pulled a Iron Man. Next time, baby.
I'll be back.
But next time, baby. But next time, I'm gonna be a completely different actor.
But I'll say this though. I am still mad that May got robbed. I'm just saying that the second rider should be someone really competent. Just saying. We need someone really competent to be the second rider.
I need someone to take a picture of this and post it on Twitter and at Toei and hashtag it right here.
Yeah, especially since the actress who played Yaiba just recently did an interview about being the first female tertiary writer.
Oh, what did she say about that? Oh, actually, no, we'll talk about that later. We got to get back to the show. Continue.
Back to the show. So. Oh,
this was sad.
Oh, this was really disappointing, and yet I'm like, yeah, I totally called my prediction here. Because here's what happened. The guy who's holding the girls hostage told Sakura's friend to call her family to pay off the ransom. But her sister is in the middle of a photo shoot, so the mom hits her up, and I want to say thank you again to a certain individual for making translations of the text messages. she says, sorry, in the middle of rehearsal, in the middle of a photo shoot, so call me back later, okay?
Okay. I want to say this right now because I know this is going to be a big elephant in the room. Because it's sad. You can clearly see Sakura's face on that. Coming from someone that has met people whose parents have put them second, it's. I think Kamen Rider Revice. What I really like about this episode is that it not. I mean, yes, it's obviously about Ikki and family, but at the same token, it touches on some. It touches on something that honestly is not talked about a lot in like media. It talked about in culture, and that is neglection, like
Broken family.
broken families and stuff like that. I mean, they do, but they do and they don't. But this one they do, and I don't know. Has there been other seasons of Kamen Rider that talks about it? I know Kuga did with the chick who's helping out
Yeah,
Yusuke
and
and
she's too
stuff.
busy for her son.
Yeah,
Mommy was there to take me
take
to the fair. Okay, but for real though, I need to think about that for a hot minute. Okay. I'll say this much. Keep in mind. Okay, so in Kamen Rider Black, for example,
hmm
Kotaro never knew his real family because he was pretty much almost immediately adopted by Nobuhiko's family, and from the from Jump Street, the reason he was adopted was because he and Nobuhiko were both born on the same day during a solar eclipse, and they were both going to be forced to fight each other to the death on their 19th birthday in order to become the Century King. That's literally the plot of
yeah,
Kamen Rider Black. And what's worse is freaking Nobuhiko's sister and his girlfriend both leave at the end of the season because it's the end of the world. We're gonna go to America, and the worst part of it is that they never leave Kotaro a message saying, "Hey, we're going to America." They never he doesn't know where they are. For all he knows, they're dead, and they're never brought up again in all of Black RX. Thankfully,
right.
he's adopted by another family, and they're not weird multiracial family that tries to pull a Brangelina.
Don't bring that up. Anyways,
But
so
what sucks is that both parents sacrifice themselves to save their kids, though.
exactly.
Yeah, so
Hey,
that's really tough. And then what's it called? And then Kamen Rider Blade, there's this little girl who's missing her father, and the only thing you know from the beginning is that Chalice was the last person to see him, but he has no memory of what happened. I'm not going to say what actually happened. You need to watch Blade.
okay. Okay. Well, I got finish Agito first. So Agito, Ryuki, then Blade. Oh, fives, then Blade. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get back to it. So I'll take it from here. So while they're fighting the monsters and stuff, Vice over here is trying to get lazy. He's like, "Look, man, I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to go to the bathhouse. I want to chill. You feel me?" And Ikki's like, "Dude, we got a job." He's like, "Look, man, I understand, like, that's your sister and all, but why are you doing this? Like, why are you wasting your time doing this,
You got
fam?"
3 other family members.
Yeah, you can get another one. It's not like mom and dad are gonna break anything, which is hilarious. And so Ikki then goes into a Vin Diesel speech. He's like, "Listen, nothing's more important than family. Like I promised my mother that I will always keep the family first and protect my family." Blah blah
I
blah.
swear, I swear, for some reason you sound like Sylvester Stallone when you do Vin Diesel.
I'm not trying to sound okay. Hold up. Oh, you always have to. No, hold on. I'm trying to do like mush mouth Vin Diesel. Like, anyways, the point of the matter is, Daichi comes back with 2 Vice stamps and is going to give one to the dude, and he does, but the dude's like, "I lied!" Slap. Ora levato logo, don't forget my motto. I say, "I lie, I cheat, I steal." Shouts to Eddie Guerrero. Uh, he backhands Daichi into Ikki, and then Daichi gives Ikki the mammoth vice stamp and then passes out.
I'm gonna be honest. If Daichi died here, I would have no problem with that because it's like in the process of trying to save.
No. I'm sorry.
No. Let me explain why. In the process of trying to save one relative, you end up losing another one.
Yes, but backhand murder, please. Anyways, so
Hey! I'm just saying, Hercule survived getting hit by a cell. Perfect cell.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Cell's only using like 0.5% of his power. Anyways, so afterwards they transform with using their mammoth vice stamps, and what looks like they kind of like glued part Kamen Rider Deno's mask parts onto both of their helmets, and then they proceed to beat the brakes off all the monsters, including the
And I love
Julio
how in the
G monster.
transformation, like they actually do a bit of that Deno reference where the peach comes downward and then splits open.
Yes, that was really cool. That was very, very cool. And so they take out the gorilla, they fight the gorilla monster, they take out the Julio G, and then yep, there you go. And then they did their final attack where they not the final attack, but they transform into like their animal transformation.
Into Revice Mammoth.
Yes, and it does not look weird this time, but actually kind of because they use train tracks to beat Julio G, and then I call him Julio G for a reason. And so then they proceed to beat the rest of the monsters, and then the gorilla monster, they did this really dope attack where he throws the boomerangs. What do you call it? Vice.
Wait, first, this is Sparta.
Yeah, this is Sparta.
And then they do the finishing move.
Yes, and then they wear the shields around help ricochet the boomerangs around to take out the gorilla monster. And in the end, a tower comes down and smashes him.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, finish the time.
Okay.
And so everyone's reunited. Ikki's trying to still spit game. He's trying to make sure his sister's okay. He thanks Daichi for coming and everything like that because Daichi was kind of the hero. Like, he went back and grabbed the stamps and stuff like that, put his body on the line. Then he
doesn't feel like a hero.
No, because he ain't the Kamen Rider. And my boy George roasts. For a small roast.
And
a small roast.
Says, what?
She's like, hold up.
No. Like, I love the way he says it. What? You, the guy who chickened out of transforming. What?
I love George. And then Norman Osborn is like, because he's like, why do you want to change your mind now? And he's like, because nothing's stronger than family. And he's like, okay, let me tell you something. Little Vinny. You're letting your family get in the way. Remember your mission with Phoenix. Your brother is the key to winning this war. Don't lose your head. Then in the flashback, he's like, thanks, like I don't need your pity, thanks, brother.
And of course, Vice notices. This sounds like I can sense his pride crumbling.
And so the last thing that happens is the robber. Oh, I forgot. We forgot to mention Sakura was whooping on the robber too. We forgot to mention that she beat up the robber and got homegirl out of there. So the robber is now with Phoenix, right? And he's like, "Yo, where is that gorilla stamp?" Like, listen, I that was not me who made the monster. I was contracted to give the gorilla stamp to somebody else. And yep, and towards the end of the episode, we see when the girl from Dead Man Inc. talk to the woman in black, and we know it's woman now because we see them feet done, them feet done real good, girl. And that is the end of Kamen Rider Revice episode 3.
And it's quite obvious that the Dead Man is actually what's it called? The contract holder for the Dead Man is Sakura's friend. It's very obvious because if you paid attention, one, you saw that shoe before when they were shopping together, And here's the thing: even though Sakura said this doesn't look like it's your style, you never see her put the shoe down. She just walks off screen, and then we see all the dead men show up, and then Sakura calls the Sporks hotline. It's I'm sorry, the timing. Okay, but
Anyway.
for real though. So for all we know, she bought those shoes off screen, and then and I'm pretty sure that and the thing is the whole kidnapping was part of a ruse. She probably she probably hired the guy to kidnap herself, like the movie King's Ransom, in order to get the mom to actually pay attention to her, because it's like all she cares about is her sister, who's a model, and she wants some mommy time because mommy wasn't there to take me to the fair to change my underwear. Mommy wasn't there.
I will say this: imagine, because keep in mind, we said the exact same thing about Kamen Rider Saber when we thought Caliber was Kento's daddy. Imagine the next episode when we find out who the mistress in black is. It was a Vince Russo swerve and it was the mama or something like that.
Yeah. Or like, what if it was the supermodel sister? But I think her kidnapping herself probably makes the most sense.
Exactly. So I will go first on what my likes and dislikes are. My likes: I really like that this was kind of a Sakura. It was a siblings focus episode. We saw Daichi, we saw Sakura. Sakura was there for her friend. She saw that like there was something going on with her and her family and stuff like that, and which gave her more motivation to just John Cena her way out of those cuffs, and then proceed to Chuck Norris roundhouse kick the dude in the face. We saw Daichi's motivation on like, I gotta help my brother. My mom told me there are other ways to help people and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. He needs this other Vice stamp so we can save our sister and stuff like that. I really like that. Outside of Icky and the shenanigans with Vice and the bathhouse and stuff like that, I like that siblings working together was a main focus of this episode. I really enjoyed the writing with it and stuff like that. And I like the fights. I really like the mammoth transformation. So that was really cool. Overall, I mean, there's not much I can say about it. I'm glad that Dead Man ain't got a little more, because the last two episodes, we saw the monsters and stuff like that. But it was cool that like we saw one of the dead men actually put in some work and throw hands, and that was Julio.
Yeah, because last episode all we got was old Tekka just making a speech about like, hey, the guy should have just listened to you, and he didn't.
Yep.
But like here, it's like, yeah, Julio is straight up throwing hands.
Exactly, and he was throwing them hands, Bucko. Like, he was for real enough for play. But like I said, I really like this episode. There's not much I can say that's wrong about it. And maybe you'll probably point it out where because I probably miss some things. I give this episode a 9 out of 10, a solid 9, a great episode.
Right. I mean, I would also give it a 9 because the choreography was great, as it usually is. And honestly, out of the 3 Revice remixes, Mammoth was definitely my favorite of the 3, because the bird looks like a mess, and Eagle looks like a mess, and T-Rex looks like a hot mess. And
yeah.
But yeah, Mammoth was cool, especially that they kept the whole train track thing going. Let's see, and I also love how they're not just resolving the episode in just one episode like they have in the last 2 episodes, because typically a lot of Kamen Rider story arcs are like 2 episode plots, like
the Heisei era.
Like WO's Forze, like they're all typically, even most episodes of Wizard are like they're like 2 episode arcs, and
don't forget Kuga and Agito.
Oh yeah, Kuga not as much, Agito a little bit more. Dano definitely did that a lot.
Saber did.
Kiva did it like for most of the first half or first 2/3, and Decade was completely like 2 episode arcs. But like here, honestly, Saber, we didn't see that as much, to be honest. We see a little bit of it, but not as much.
I think later in the arcs, like the second to the third arc, that's when you start seeing like the two-parters and stuff pull up.
Yeah. My thing is, I'm glad that they're just not going to resolve this kidnapping thing in just one episode, but also they've given us enough clues to know that yes, it's probably Sakura's friend. But I will give props to the fact that one, Daiji isn't going to be trusted right away. He needs to earn that trust with Phoenix, and two, Sakura is actually doing stuff. And honestly, like given the way Daiji and Sakura were, like it would be interesting if okay, like honestly, at first I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to see Daiji and Sakura just be civilians who just help out the main rider on the field, like I mentioned in Kamen Rider Black RX with Joda Hayes and Kotaro's girlfriend and the Princess of the Groundwater. But like if all three siblings become writers, it would be interesting to see Sakura become a writer before Daiji. Like maybe Daiji would even have to do like a swallow his pride thing and let Sakura become a writer first. Other than that, if all three of them become writers, that's great. Maybe they could do a team thing. But also I've been contemplating a couple of things. Like what if Phoenix turn out to be the bad guys, but George remains babyface, so he has to open up his own lab like Aruto did in the third arc.
I can see that.
That'd be interesting. Or maybe the other way around. Like, what if George turned out to be the bad guy? Wanted to make villains based on Kamen Riders, like my fanfic.
Oh my god.
But Kamen Rider Ika. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much my position here. Like, I want to see more of Sakura badassery.
There's not that many comments, but I'll actually pick out some of the good ones real quick. Oh, I forgot. I didn't sign into the thing. But I think, real quick, Perkamish actually has a really good question down below. He says, which is the best Kamen Rider season would you recommend me to watch? Okay, so I'll give one. You give one, Mike. So I have one. And because of the fact that I started with it because of Mike, I would say the best season to start watching Kamen Rider, honestly, Kamen Rider 01. It's the newest era. And coming from someone who is watching other seasons of Kamen Rider, it honestly just depends. If this is your first outing to Kamen Rider, if you're trying to go with something that's current, 01. If you're trying to go for like the previous era Kamen Rider, then I would probably say that's a tough one. I would probably say Den-O.
Den-O is a good one to have an easy start with. Like Den-O is a good one. I would also say either W Oza or Forze. Like I know they're like I know they're very they are very like frequently grouped up as a trilogy, but the thing is, all three seasons are just that kind of good season where like you can make any of those three seasons your first season and you would get a lot of enjoyment out of the show. Let's see. I mean, Kabuto was my first season, so I would recommend that, but it's a little on the darker side, just saying. But hey, whatever works for you works for you. Now, I'll say this: if you're really indecisive, I would say watch the first 19 episodes of Decade. But just so you know, the actual first 9 seasons are better than their counterparts in Kamen Rider Decade. Just saying. But if you just want to have like a slightly worse tasting sample platter of like all the first 9 seasons, then watch the first half of.
Might as well just tell them to watch Geo, because at least Geo can have a good time with that.
Yeah. But Geo's is that season where like you really want to make it the 20th out of the 20 seasons from Heisei. Because unlike Decade, that season actually felt like a culmination.
All right.
No, decade is a culmination. Geo is a graduation.
Good. I like that comparison.
Okay.
Kumaken.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pick. Kumaken
Okay,
says.
I'll go through the comments. So Parathamesh says hi. Kumaken also says hey y'all. Maybe Icky is like me and just doesn't like contracts. It's why I pay as I go. Yeah. Writer family.
Nothing's more strong than family.
Purple Mole Howard. I'm guessing he's talking about Julio. Okay.
Yeah.
If the Eagle stamp is used on his bike, do you think we'd get an ET moment? Oh wow!
Absolutely, I want that to happen.
Funny. Okay. Let's see. Big Bad Beetle or Beetle Deadman Metallics.
Yo, we gotta copyright that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think the younger bro will be an antagonist writer for a bit. Yeah.
So he's gonna go Sasuke. We're gonna have a Sasuke moment again.
Okay. Not evil. I need to prove myself for a moment. Yeah. So basically, he's pulling a caliber. And a
Kenzo. Yeah. Because depending on who will the caliber.
Okay, Gaiji, you heard it here from Kuma-ken. Eat your red pickled ginger.
So Kenzon, not caliber, Kenzon.
Here's more of a disappointment than the Tyson movie. Garen episode 1. There is Hibiki. I'd say Dena. We have several examples. Is this a reference to? I'm guessing this is a reference.
I think when we're asking him, when Prekamish was asking us about what season to start.
Just off the top of my head, okay. I love Blade. I'm part of a weird sect that enjoys early Blade. Honestly, I didn't like Blade until like around episode 8. When the Jack of Diamond shows up, I think that was when the show actually got better. Okay, Ayo, we gotta protect family. Adrian. Okay, that's a Rocky reference.
I know.
Kabuto wants to put the brother in the fridge. We must become an elephant of time. Have an issue. Here's a tissue. There we go. Oi, Noige. Oi, Austin. Yeah, you got an issue? Here's a tissue. It's not the size of the car. It's the man who's driving it.
Anyways, guys, that is it for comments.
We got some more comments right here. Let's see. We already talked about this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Kuma-ken recommends W or Build. Started with Kabuto. I like Kiva. Here's the thing. Kiva is what you call a good junk food season, where it's all about the melodrama. It's like you hate it because it's a melodrama, but you're enjoying the melodrama. Let's see. Hibiki, Deno, and W was the broken families example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. I could go into more detail about Skull, but
no spoilers.
I mean, you've seen the first episode, but the thing is,
of W, no, I didn't.
Oh no, but you know about what happened.
Yes, I do. Yes,
but the thing is, there's more to it as to why the family's broken, other than that one detail. And all I can say is, watch the crossover movie with O's, because there's more to it. And I have to say, like, the O's versus W movie is probably one of the best winter team-up movies ever.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on that.
Okay, and that's pretty much it for the comments. And, of course, if you like our content, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe Morphin Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You can watch other materials. Like yesterday, there was a Zenkaiju review. Jen does the Boom Studios comic reviews. Later today, we're going to be reviewing. We're going to review Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 13. And of course, we've done some interviews recently, and we are going to have an interview coming soon.
Ooh, y'all gonna like this one. If y'all don't know, we got an exclusive interview with David Bacon, aka the Red Equation Ranger. Trailer will be dropping this Monday. Let me tell y'all, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be heat. It's gonna be heat. You can no thanks to me, but it's gonna be heat.
Yes, and of course, yeah, you can drop this on Twitter, and of course, my good old buddy, old pal. Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Rex_Fox, YouTube Rex_Fox, and find all of my latest gaming content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And if you want more content, myself, Mike, Jen, Noemi, and we do our own podcast every weekend, the Retro Game Podcast. Tune in, hopefully tomorrow, when we'll be doing our discussion on Nintendo Direct and specific giant woman waifu whose game finally, after 3 years, got a brand new trailer and a release date. Bayonetta 3. Commodore, Mike, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Crota_cosplay. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And of course, everyone, I hope to see all of y'all later tonight when we review Power Rangers Dino Fury. And of course, with all that said, see y'all next time. And of course, and one more thing. We're going to do them Halloween reviews. They're already dropping all those posters all over town for Halloween kills, so I can't wait.
Listen, y'all another shameless plug. Halloween is coming, and myself and Mike here are going to be reviewing the Rob Zombie Halloween duology films in honor of Halloween Kills, as well as a movie directed or written by a Power Ranger voice actor alumni, Ashton Brown. We'll be reviewing that one next month as well. Until then, thank you guys for watching. We are the Rider Time Bros. And until then, henshin my boys, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.